I almost didn't go out that night. I was tired, stressed, and honestly, just done with everything. Work had been overwhelming. Bills were piling up. And life just felt heavy. But for some reason, I still went. Just a small diner. Nothing fancy. I ordered the cheapest thing on the menu and sat quietly, scrolling on my phone, trying to ignore everything going on in my head. That's when I noticed him. An older man. Sitting 2 tables away. He looked out of place. His clothes were clean, but worn out. His hands were slightly shaking. And he kept looking at the menu, over and over again. Like he was trying to decide, or maybe trying to afford something. I didn't think much of it at first. Until the waitress came over to him. I couldn't hear everything, but I caught enough. "Sir, you need to order something or..." Her voice trailed off. The man nodded slowly. Embarrassed. And then he said something that hit me hard. "I'm sorry. I think I'll just have water." That's when something inside me shifted. I don't know why. Maybe it was the way he said it. Maybe it was the look in his eyes. Or maybe I just saw a little bit of myself in him. Without thinking too much, I called the waitress over and quietly said, "Whatever he orders, put it on my bill." She looked surprised, but nodded. A few minutes later, the man ordered a simple meal. Nothing big. Just something warm. When the food arrived, I saw his reaction. He didn't smile. Not immediately. Instead, he just stared at the plate for a few seconds. Like he couldn't believe it was real. And then, he took a bite. Slowly. Carefully. I don't know why. But that moment stayed with me. I finished my meal, paid the bill, and got up to leave. I didn't want attention. Didn't want a thank you. I just wanted to do something good. For once. But as I reached the door, I heard a voice behind me. "Excuse me," I turned around. It was him. He walked up to me slowly, holding something in his hand. "I think this belongs to you." I frowned. Confused. I didn't drop anything. He smiled slightly. "No, not today." And then he handed me a folded piece of paper. I opened it. And what I saw made my heart stop. It was a photograph. Old. Slightly faded. Of me. As a child. Standing next to my father. I froze. "What is this?" My voice barely came out. The man looked at me carefully. Like he was studying my reaction. "You don't remember me, do you?" I shook my head slowly. He took a deep breath. And said something I'll never forget. 20 years ago, I was the man sitting where you are now. My mind went blank. And your father, he paused, was the one who paid for my meal. I felt a chill run through my body. He didn't know me. Didn't ask questions. Just helped. The man's eyes softened. I was at my lowest point. I had nothing. And that small act, he looked down for a moment, saved me. I couldn't speak. "I kept this photo, because your father gave it to me." I blinked. "What?" He said. "If you ever get the chance, pass it on." Tears filled my eyes. "I've been waiting for years to find him again," the man continued. "But I never could." He looked at me. Until tonight. I didn't even realize I was crying at that point. My father passed away 5 years ago. The man nodded slowly. I figured, but I guess some things don't die. He gestured between us. Kindness travels. We stood there in silence. And then he said something that changed everything. I own a small company now. I looked at him, surprised. It's not huge, but it's stable. He paused. And I've been looking for someone I can trust. My heart started racing. Someone honest. He smiled. Someone like your father. I didn't know what to say. So let me ask you something. He looked me straight in the eyes. Are you still struggling? I let out a quiet laugh. Yeah, a little. He nodded. Good. I blinked. Good? Because people who struggle, he said softly, understand what really matters. Then he handed me a card. Come see me tomorrow. I stared at it, still processing everything. And just like that, he turned around and walked away. I stood there for a long time, holding that card, holding that photo, realizing something I had never understood before. That small actions can echo for years. And sometimes, the good you do today comes back when you need it the most.